Hey, very good morning, traders. This is the Trading Cage, and this is where we beat the gold. And good morning to you. All right, so today, 2nd of April, and here we are once again having a look at what our gold is doing. Let's see what it is up to today. Hmm. So, yesterday, we said that gold had reached the 50% of the last drop, okay, last big movement, okay. So it made the retraction, then came around here to this 50%, and now it has actually come down as far as our trigger candle, okay. So trigger candle 60 here. So it found a little bit of a support in there in that region, and then it dropped back up. So at the moment, he actually moved quite a bit since he only opened up last night. So let us see, what did it do? Let's have a look at our 50% here. So we do know that it rejected that 50%. So we've got that 50 there, and we have this one. Okay, so we'll leave this here for now. Let's go down to the lower time frame so we can have a look at how far it went down. So we got support here. This was resistance for the price. Now this is the support that he found, which is cool. So now it is above resistance. There we got resistance right here. Okay. So what's been up to with our gold now is we had a very big retraction yesterday. So just pretty much did a very big liquidity grab in there. So most of the liquidity generated um, for the past couple of days, and then did a three candle pattern here, tried to pull back up, but then price got pushed back into our D support region, and then now it's trying to correct once again. Let's see, just a sec. Let's see if it's going to be able to uh, make through that correction. Just gonna get this thing started here. Cool. All right. All right. So in here we've got 50% of these movement here, this pullback. We are above these pullback here, above 50%. Okay. We are below 50% of the day still, but we are above 50% of these movement. At the moment, 15 minutes is going towards that maximum high. We've got 31 seconds to go. Let's see if we can find a good trade for us. Price has been going up, correcting for the past half an hour. So we might get a good movement here. Let me have a look. Candle 174 made a small pullback. Candle 175 has tested down. Obligation of candle of this movement here is actually renewing the maximum high of candle 162. So let candle 175 test down. That's totally fine. The more it tests, the better it is. It's good. That's generating a pullback in that region, so that's cool. Let's see how it will react in that region. On the 1 minute, it's still renewing minimals. So let it do its thing. On 75 still coming down. Let's see if there's any other confluences we need to have a look at. So for these movement, we have got some sort of a short in there. This price may correct at about 50% of these movement here. About there. Let's see if it does, and then you have 50% of the whole movement, which is right there. Yesterday, gold was a little bit difficult to trade due to a consolidation zone it generated around the American market opening. It was just going sideways, 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 which was a little difficult. But we managed to get one good trade out of it. But we had to do like pretty much scalps the whole morning on that market. Again, the 175 hasn't broken through that short yet, that trend line. Still have a minute to go. So the retraction that we can expect it to do is this one here. So about 50%. It's actually just there. Let's see if it confirms pullback to the highs. If it does confirm, that would be quite cool because then we can actually get on a good trade up. Let's see if candle 175 is actually going to break through. No, so it's going to close below the minimums of 174. I'm going to take my buy order out for the moment. I'm going to wait to confirm here on the 1 minute. Okay, so 1 minute trying to confirm the pullback now. Let's see if it will manage to continue on its way up. At the moment, we've got trigger candles in there on that high region in here. We are below this trigger candle to the left at the moment. So just having a look here on 15 minutes, we could have a good trade here. But we're just waiting for the test of candle 59. Okay, price got pushed back down once again. Candle 176 still coming down. So it is using the our trend line here as support at the moment. Also this 50% here, which is just the structure to the left. Price is a little bit consolidated in there. It does need to break through the trigger candle to the left before it can actually reach any maximum highs. So price got to go through these guys here. Candle 879 testing trigger candle to the left. And this is a bit of a zone, isn't it? 26 seconds to go. And close as a doji, which means the market is undecided. And if the market is undecided, so are we. We're not jumping into anything. So candle 176 has confirmed pullback to the minimums of candle 175. So we would expect candle 175 to actually renew the minimums. Candle 177 to renew the minimums of 175, which is just dead. still tracking here candle 59 on the 15 minutes to see what actually it's been doing. Price is working on a regional support to the left. So we had a channel going up and then it reached that 50% of that last retraction and then dropped back down. So right now, drop back down into the 50% of this region here. So we really got to keep an eye out in that region there. This could just be a retraction. One thing that we can have a look at is we have the 50%. We have the 50% of that movement. And then we have this one. So price has come down to the 50% of the last movement up. So we could actually see a couple things. If it breaks through this 50, then it would be confirming pullback to the minimals. If it continue to go up, break through this resistance here, and continues on its way up, it would confirm as a pullback to the highs, going again to the 50% of that big last retraction on the 1 hour. So price is in a region that's a little bit odd, okay? So this 50% here is a region of price equality. Okay, we can see their price has used this region as support and resistance. So we gotta be a little careful about trading in here and actually waiting for a good confirmation. Because it could go either way at this stage. So market today is in a downtrend. On the daily, on the macro is on a downtrend, but on the micro, it is on an uptrend. So we got to be a little bit careful on our decisions here. So we have got liquidity just below this region. We had a rejection of these 50% before, but we have liquidity here. If price does need more liquidity, we'll have to find it below. So candle 59 closed here as a pullback still, hasn't broken through that 50% of that movement yet, but it is coming back inside of that short, which we might get a little bit of consolidation at this stage. Okay, so price may consolidate for now around this region here. 178 coming back quite hard. It did not even test down, just went right up. Big push from sellers once again. Let's see how it goes. The 178 has a big rejection here from buyers. So sellers pushing the price through. Quite funny that price needed liquidity to try to go up, right? So it comes down here, grabs that liquidity, tries to push the price back up, gets around this region, and then doesn't continue. It doesn't stop these guys. It doesn't do anything, which is quite quite intriguing because price needs the liquidity to move. Right now, what it might do is it might come and reject this 50, then try to come back up once again. If it can't break through that maximum high, then price will have to come below here. So let's see if it will reject the 50, so it can generate more liquidity below this region. Because if it does and price doesn't manage to break through that, we could get a really good shorting position here into minimums of the movement. Just having a look at a couple of things here, because I'm trying to find where is the 50% of that. Hmm. Of that last retraction, that's the 50%. Okay. All right. So price is trying to reject that 50% now, as we anticipated. Since it has grabbed a lot of the liquidity to the left and the inefficiency, um, we could well expect this price to actually correct a bit more to the highs than it has done. So this is why I'm trying to gauge here exactly how far did this price go. We are above this 50. We are above that 50. Even though price is coming down at the moment, it has been trying to break through this high here. So it's just coming, grabbing liquidity, bringing it back up. Market comes down, stop these guys, then stop these guys, try to bring the price back up. Then stop these guys, tries to bring the price back up. Then stopped here now. Tried to bring the price back up to break the structure. And then didn't manage to, so I had to make a retraction on the 50%. But we can sort of expect this price to come back to these highs here. Let's see if we'll actually do that, because it has to break through that 50% on the 1 minute. On the 15 minutes, it has tested up and down. So on the 5 minutes here, we got a bit of a doji, which is again indecision in the market, which leaves us wondering exactly what it's trying to do. Okay, so we got candle 179 breaking through the 50% of the movement now. Let's see if we'll manage to break through that trigger candle 174 and the trigger candle to the left. Still have 2 minutes to go. Was thinking about going long here on the 1 minute, but I was just calculating my stop. The stop is a bit big. On the 15 minutes here, it's trying to tell us that it's just a pullback to continue the movement up. So we're getting a lot of pressure from sellers at this resistance point here. But buyers are trying to push this price up quite hard. So I'm inclined to get into a long position here instead of a short position. Candle 893 came back to the 50% of the movement. Candle 894 is just sitting around that 50. $894 just broke through that 50%. Now candle 180 has to come back down to the 50% of the 5 minutes once again. Well, this is a well thought area, and it's just very difficult to get into a trade just then. I will keep myself out of it until the market actually decides which way it's going to go. Okay, so today is not one of the days that we'll be trading here at the trading cage. Tomorrow is a holiday, so market doesn't seem like It has a lot of liquidity at the moment. So sometimes it's better not to do anything than just putting money at risk in the market where the market's not moving. Let's see what the opening of the American market will do in about half an hour. If it does a good movement, we'll get that one. So for analysis, what would I expect? Oh, there we go, big push from sellers. Couldn't break through that. It's going to have to come grab liquidity below. So for analysis, if we see this price breaking through that 50, okay, breaking through the support region here, we may get a really good selling point here. Only issue is that we got these trigger candles to the left, where we have that support on the 15 minutes. Okay, so it's sitting right there at the moment. But if price does break through this, most likely will have to come down, grab this liquidity. It could actually come back inside the structure and try to come to grab this one. I don't believe it would come down to grab this one right now because it would need the liquidity from the opening of the American market. Now, price can come and grab this liquidity and then make a 3 candle pattern here to try to bring this price back up to grab this liquidity above this region. Okay, we are still in a downtrend for the day, but as we can see, there's a lot of buyers trying to push this price through. Over at the daily chart, we can see a rejection of the 50% of this movement here. So last rejection is high to the minimals. And this is where price set, okay? Exactly on that 50%. But we are just above support at the moment on our 15 minutes. So support's right there. So price may come down here, grab this liquidity and come back up, or it could well break through that trigger candle and then continue on its way down. That's a very big push from sellers there. This could be just a liquidity grab, okay? So it could just come grab that liquidity and come back up. So you need confirmation, you need some sort of pullback to confirm the price is actually coming down. Otherwise, your stop loss is just too huge as well. So you're talking about 3,000 points at the moment. The obligation now is for candle 181 to stop these guys. Just did. Let's see if it will continue to come down. Let's see if this was just a liquidity grab. Just 1 second, guys. All right. So it has grabbed the liquidity below. But now it's time for me to go. It's 10 o'clock. It has been awesome to be here making these readings with you guys. Okay. But the market today was a little bit consolidated in there. It didn't give us a clear entry point, and there was no point of getting into this trade here at 181, even though we knew that it had to come and stop these guys, simply because the stop loss on these trade would be way too big. Okay, so it's a lot better to wait for a rejection of these support here is. Look at that, big pressure from buyers. It might reject right now. If it does reject here and generates a three candle pattern for us, then we could go long until about 50% of the movement. But then the stop loss in here as well, it's going to be over 2,000 points. Difficult, very difficult to get into that. It's one of those things, you know what can do as you watch it through and you have enough trading hours and screen time on a certain thing that you trade. In this case, the gold. We know exactly what it could do and what it should do because it couldn't break through, so you had to come and grab liquidity below. But it doesn't give you a clear entry point um, as you use by our technique. So if it doesn't do that, then I'm not getting into a trade. I'll wait for the next one. And that's all good. All right. Guys, thank you very much for being here. It's awesome to do this every day. Um, Mapping of these of the gold. I do hope to see tomorrow. We're not gonna have our live, okay? So we'll be back on Monday. But it's really, really good to be here together with you guys. Thanks for watching. I hope that you've been enjoying this. Um, if you guys want, just make sure you leave your comments when and on the description there. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and also share this channel with your friends. And we'll continue to grow the contents that we have in here. All right. Thank you very much. I hope to see you Monday back here, same time at 9 o'clock. I will see you soon. This has been the Trading Cage, and this is where we beat the gold. See you Monday.